of the dark? Are you scared?
Hello my gorgeous viewers and welcome back to Solmonte in today's video. In today's video, I will continue with another spooky story video, and it will be a sequel from my last one, A Friendly Stranger, onto this one. But before I continue with the video, I would like to take a moment to say hi to a special fan who has made me feel special in many ways on social media. For example, he's crazily made a video of me on his YouTube channel and has spent many hours composing music just to fit brief moments of me for his video, which is all about me, which is a bit weird, but thank you so much. So I will say, hi Calpix, it's me, Nisa. I know we've emailed before and have talked about future collaborations, so I'm looking forward to that. Whether it's this year or next year, I don't know, but for now I just wanted to say hey. And I usually talk to myself or to my gorgeous viewers and not just one particular person, so this is, yeah. Anyways, let's get into the video. Oh my god, nerves away, back to this video. And in this video I'm going to tell you something that coincides with The Friendly Stranger, and this is my earliest memory of a dream I had as a child, and let's get into it. Okay, what I touched was just a spray bottle because, oh my god, today is super hot. And as you can see, my background is about to match where the friendly stranger has fallen. You know where that was. Back in a few weeks ago, I spoke about how this lonely man had just been accidentally, maybe, or on purpose, shoved down this abyss and has fallen down and is now unconscious somewhere down in a forest, very dark area, facing this mountain that he did not want to get close to any time during his life. So with my story now, when I was a child, I dreamt of this quite a few times, so I've got quite a good vivid memory of what happened in my dream, okay? And creepily, I know, it coincides with The Friendly Stranger. In my dream, I remember the very first thing that I had to do in order to get out of this dream was to accept the journey. Okay, so I, in this dream, find myself at the very beginning every time. I am in a dark cage, bars all around me. Why should there be bars around me? There is nothing around me. I can't see anything apart from this mirroring wall in front of me, which I had gone and looked over before, and all I could see was darkness in the below and mountains all over my 180-degree view. And as you can imagine, as a child dreaming this, I was so scared. And these days when I dream, I know I'm dreaming, but back in those days when I fell into a dream, I used to experience everything vivid, physically, everything vivid. and I used to think that was my life, that was my journey. So here I am, surrounded by nothing but darkness and bars all over except for this mirror in front of me. And apparently it wasn't even a mirror, it was just an open window of my cage, and if I wanted to, I could, fall, shortcut to my death probably, and, go. But in my dream, as all dreams go, sometimes they last a very long time. You could be there for years and years and you don't even feel a few seconds have gone past in the physical world where you wake up. So I spent a long time trying to contemplate whether to take a leap of faith and escape this prison I am in, because if I were to get out this way, that way, there was no way out. But in this open wall, I could see mountains, very sharp, tall mountains, and you can tell I'm from Peru. And eventually, at some point of my dream, I do take a leap, and I fall, and sometimes I fall so far that I die, or feel like I die. But this one dream I remember, something different happened. I didn't fall, I just stood and kept walking. And I walked a very, very long time until I felt hungry, until I felt tired, until I met some animals, until I met some people. And strange enough, I didn't even talk to them. I didn't even know who I belonged to or what I was doing there. Like I said, I don't know. This is a journey that I enter. I don't know I'm dreaming, so all I wanted to do was to belong somewhere, was to be accepted somewhere. So I wanted to find somewhere where I could find myself, where I didn't have to be surrounded by these barriers. I wanted to find somewhere where I could be safe, and I wanted to find family, I suppose. When you're with family, you feel that safety around you, because as a child, you want someone to take over the responsibilities of perhaps looking after you, things like necessities, safety, shelter, and things like that. So I spent a long time walking, feeling scared, but I never saw the day of light. Maybe I saw some haze of light, but I always found myself in a very spooky forest. And I always felt that I was being followed by things that made noise. As you can, try to imagine, say you go for a run and it gets dark. Suddenly you feel a bit uneasy because, say, a cow, say a dog starts barking, and what didn't spook you out during the day, at nighttime it spooks you out. And here you are alone. As a child, I was there, forest, super dark, and all I could do was to keep me company was to sing. And honestly, no one wants to hear me sing. You will break your eardrums, but I was singing. I started singing. I was singing worship songs. I don't even know where they came from. I just started singing, and mostly they were cry for help. And then one day I stopped feeling alone when I sort of felt that something in the bushes groaned for help. And I thought as a child, I'm supposed to be groaning for help. I'm supposed to be whom is coming to rescue me. I'm not. I felt really scared. Should I go and follow this sound I hear over here? And as soon as I decided to follow this groan, the very footpath that I walked on turned into shattered glass. And I looked down at my feet and there was no shoes on me. I had no shoes. I had been walking bare feet this entire time. Did I not even feel stones? Maybe the path was, soft enough, maybe. And I screamed, of course. I was in horrible pain. You stand on something sharp, it aches. That is why we have shoes. That is why we have jandals. That is why we have protective footwear. So I walked, obviously, to this groan because I felt compassion. I wanted to see who was groaning. Maybe they needed my help. I had no aid of helping him. I had nothing, no water. How was I going to help? But I felt compassion, so I walked over to this noise that sounded like needed my help. So I walked over and who do I see there lying? I felt like I recognized him, and I did. So strange, right? And it was an uncle of mine way back in the 1994, 95, 96. I spent a lot of time with him after dinner or after events, because let me tell you, this uncle of mine had talent for telling spooky story videos. So every time I had the chance to be, around him, enjoy his presence, it was always about listening to all these spooky stories that he had to tell. So every time it was after dinner, I'd request spooky story, please, before I go to bed. Every time it was an event, please. I was always requesting a spooky story video. I was always requesting I suppose it was kind of a video back then. It was, exciting to hear someone tell a story. And I had no idea where these stories came from. Maybe it was his dreams, maybe it was his experiences. But like all stories, they all start with experience. So here I am. I recognize this man. I touch him, and ask him if he's okay. And he doesn't wake up. He takes a long time to wake up. Obviously, I felt very weak, so even maybe my touch he didn't even feel it. So as a child, I just sat beside him and just waited for him to wake up. After a long while, he woke up, he recognized me, and that was the beginning of our very freaky escape route. As soon as he woke up, in my dream, terror began. The most horrific things that you could imagine started following us, and I am freaking out, okay? I freak out every time. So it was like a haunted house playground for whoever was, following us. I am freaking out. And, I wish there was spiders or cute fluffy animals following us, but no, it was snakes, it was clowns, it was not the kind of cute ones, that are in the forest. I mean, in the parties, birthday parties, it was in the forest. It was like Friday the 13th movie kind of clowns, and oh my goodness. and I don't scare easily unless it's, sudden movements behind me, or like snakes, or like freaky as clowns. And whoa, I thought, that was the end for us. And the freakiest thing was we heard singing. We heard singing in this mountain where I had walked over from. And I did not expect that it was me. So, did I even escape this prison I was in? Did I? Was I still there? How did I start this journey? Is there two of me? That is really weird. And to his ears, it sounded pretty. To mine, no. Because that was me. I know I'm not a good singer. I know I don't sound good. I don't make a tune that's nice. And to his ears, it was music. And something started pulling him. And there I am screaming, "Please do not go. I know who that is. That's me." Did I not think, yes, please go and rescue me? No, I was there. Why would you go over there and rescue me when I'm already here? So, and I'm thinking, aren't we meant to escape this forest? Why are we going to where I just came from? And I didn't like the idea of going back there, because I spent many a time trying to escape that place, and that was a bad idea. I don't know whether I could control, him. He kept going, and he had shoes. He started carrying me because he saw that my feet were bleeding. But I was more worried that I was going to lose this uncle of mine, because by that time I had realized who this person was. He was family, and I didn't know that I was dreaming how I was going to lose my uncle. So what happened was I woke up and there was this announcement that he had just passed away. And I don't, when someone dies, I have these emotions in my mind and will suffer alone within my mind. I went to his funeral. I didn't cry. I think about him now. I want to cry, but tears won't come out. And I had another dream again where I did escape, and apparently in this other dream that I had, he was telling me about the last spooky story in his mind, and that was how there were mermaids on this very mountain who keep people imprisoned in cages, and only those who have a leap of faith would escape. And how they end up there is by listening to the sound of music or someone singing. So they're lured towards this mountain, and it's not pretty, because who wants to live all caged up in darkness? No food, no company, no laughter. Maybe you're the one singing, keeping you company, going crazy. Yeah. And it's hard to live in darkness. It's nice to live both sides, some of light, some of laughter, some of anger. all sorts of emotions. It's quite good to live all sorts of, it's good to have our body and our mind experience all sorts rather than just darkness, negative things. So in my last fairy dream, he sat down and told me a story of how people get lured to this mountain and then end up being caged, and who lured them there are these beautiful singing mermaids. And yeah, that is the end of this spooky story video. I will not come back to it because I don't know how it will continue after that. He passed away, and I do find it grateful, he I made me a bit creative in the mind, I guess, and I do remember some stories that he did tell me, and I might tell you as well. I might also insert my very own ones, and as before, I will do some improv. So with that, I was gonna say without further ado, that is it for now. Until my next video, until you see me next time. Mwah, bye. Hello my gorgeous viewers, welcome back to without further ado, let's get into the video. But hang on 1 second. This part is really nerve-wracking because I want to say hi, so I can't even say hi. There's this butterfly in here. Look at it. I can do this, okay? Before I continue with the video, I would like to take a moment. I continue with another spooky story video. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. This is what happens when it's way too hot, okay? Just gonna spray some water.